through Larry's business.
Yeah, and I was the booth babe doing demos for a software company for 8 years as well. So
awesome.
Go figure.
All right. So, welcome everybody. My name is Mike Chavez. I will be your host this evening. It is 4:30 here in Las Vegas and 7:30 on the East Coast, and we are excited tonight to give you some information and share an experience that Brenda and I have been experiencing for a while, and we just couldn't be more thrilled. So we're going to keep this really casual and informal. Just kind of give you guys, a couple stories about our experience of what we're so excited about to be sharing with you. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to introduce Brenda, and she's going to tell you a little bit about why she's excited to share what she's doing. I've been working with Brenda for the last few months now. And I just couldn't be more thrilled to meet her and her family and get to know her. And if you guys are here, you know what a stand-up person that she is, or you wouldn't be here. So without further ado, I'm going to let Brenda take the floor, introduce herself a little bit more to you guys, and share a little bit why she's excited about what we're doing. And then I'm going to come back and tell my story a little bit, tell you about the origins of the company, and also tell you information about the product, and then kind of just let you know what your options are. So with that being said, Brenda, go ahead and let everybody know why you're so excited tonight. You got to unmute you here. Let's see. Let me unmute you, Brenda.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I know there's a few more people texting me that they're going to be jumping on, Mike, so please keep an eye on that. All right.
Okay. Definitely.
Yeah, so what brings us here? So we were actually talking a little bit while waiting for people to come on, and we were talking about what brought me to this place. And my story is really kind of not that crazy, but I had some severe injuries, mainly in my back and neck, and no matter what I did, I couldn't heal. I was just in chronic pain for years, and I kept gaining weight. No matter what type of diet I did, whether it was Weight Watchers or keto or anything, I was just gaining weight. So finally I started speaking with my functional doctor, and she was like, well, let's do a blood work. So Marie, as we were talking, $675 later, we do my blood work. And it's confirmed. I have severe inflammation problems. Okay, what do we do about it? Well, let's give you turmeric. Okay, let's give you this, and this. And she's got me on $450 a month worth of supplements. Okay, and I'm taking them, and it's 25 pills a day. Okay, well, I'm sorry, 25 in the morning, 25 at night, and then 10 in the middle of the day. And I felt like I was like vomiting, pills at all times. So then we do hormone tests, and we find out that my hormones are totally whacked out. Okay, great. Now what do we do about that? Well, we're going to give you more vitamins, more supplements. Okay, fine. So then I go and I meet with my functional neurologist, because I'm into all functional medicine, obviously. And he says, why don't we just do a DNA test on you and figure out what's really going on? Like, I don't understand. So I said, okay, where do I do that? And he says, I have no idea. He's like, I just think it would be a good thing for you to do. So research it and get back to me, he says. So I said, okay. So I come home, I start doing all kinds of research. And I sit down with my friend Beth, who's listening in on this call. And I said, Beth, what should we do? I found this company and I don't know anything about it. Have you heard anything? She cracks up, she laughs right in my face, and she says, yeah, I just signed up to work with them. She goes, it's amazing. So she's like, I want you to watch this video. So I sat with her, we watched the video. I didn't even question it. I signed up right then and there. And send it over to my functional neurologist, and he now thinks this is the best thing since sliced bread. And he's got all my marketing materials sitting in his office up in Georgia. Go figure. So the good news is my blood work has come back. My inflammation levels have gone down well over 100 points. My chronic pain that was up at an 8 is now down at a 2. And I'm happy to say that I have finally started losing weight. So I have now lost 26 pounds.
Wow.
And I'm exercising, I'm playing tennis again, I'm biking. I feel like I did back in my 40s again. So that's what brought me to here. So now I'm on a mission to just help everybody else feel better. So that's
Wow.
my story.
Awesome. That is so cool. Thank you so much for sharing, Brenda. I mean, there's literally thousands of stories that you guys would actually be able to have access to later after this presentation's over. I'll just real quickly, briefly tell you my story. And like I said, tell a little bit about the company, more information about the product. I'm going to actually share the video. I believe it's the same video that Brenda saw that really helped her wrap her head around this experience and this information. I'll start off by telling you that I'm not a scientist, I'm not a geneticist, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm really none of that stuff. But I now I know all the information, and I've learned all this information because of the scientific advisory boards and the people that are involved with this company. So my name is Mike Chavez. I live here in Las Vegas with my young family. Over my left shoulder right here is one of my business partner, Marie, and she's becoming quickly family. Just I want to leave you out. You're just so everybody knows who you are, Marie.
Thank you.
And so I live here in Las Vegas with my family. And in December 2018, I was introduced to this information that you're hearing tonight. And at the time, I was doing online videos. My wife and I had a home-based business at the time, and we were trying to build a network online. And I have a crazy story. 3 years ago, I started doing live videos every single day to try to figure out how to build a network. And the first couple of years, I struggled, and I couldn't figure out how to monetize what I was doing online and build a business. And then in December 2018, I was introduced to Euphoria, this DNA company that we're going to tell you about. And since then, I've been able to stay at home and get healthy. I've lost a lot of weight. I'll kind of tell you my experience with that in a minute. And been able to take care of my family in the process over the last year. So it's been quite an amazing ride. So let me tell you real quick about this company called Euphoria. Basically, what Euphoria is it's the only company in the world right now that has the ability to send you what we call a DNA repair kit. It looks something like this. Is exactly what you get. And inside this kit, you're going to get a product already it's called PreTrician. Now, this is the reason we call this a DNA repair kit, is because you start on a product right away called PreTrician, and inside this product is some ingredients. You should write this one down. You've probably never heard of it. It's called AC11, and it's actually been clinically proven to repair people's DNA or lengthen their telomeres. If you're familiar with what that is, it helps lengthen people's telomeres, and it helps them with the anti-aging process. So you get this DNA kit, and what they do is they send you these cheek swabs where you swab each cheek, and then you send your sample off in this little black envelope. You become a barcode. And so I just want to let you know this whole process is HIPAA and CLIA certified, which means that it's government standards where your information, it's illegal to sell your information. So it's basically like going to the doctor. And there's been a lot of controversy with DNA, especially if you're familiar with Ancestry.me and 23andMe. Those two companies actually sold people's DNA data. And the thing is they didn't break the law. They didn't do anything wrong, because those companies, they're not HIPAA and they're not CLIA certified. And so here's a little clue about the rest. You'll understand the rest of how serious this conversation is. Guess who actually bought all the DNA data from them? It was the pharmaceutical companies. Wow. And so the pharmaceutical companies bought this. They're in a race right now to develop DNA pharmaceutical drugs, because DNA is the wave of the future. And what's really cool about what we're doing is we are in a position to basically do what the pharmaceutical companies want to do, but instead of using pharmaceuticals, we're going to be using nutraceuticals, plant-based raw ingredients. That's from nature. That's what your body was designed for. So with that being said, your information goes off to these labs, and then about 12 days later, they're going to send you a beautiful 35-page report. I'll share, actually, let me just share real quick Brenda's report. They're going to send you this beautiful 35-page report, which is going to go over all of your genetic SNPs and everything. Let me find the tab here. Sorry. All right, Brenda's wellness report. Okay, so here, let me explain this report. You can see the colors on here real quick. And so they break this down very simple for you to understand. So if you see a green dot, that means that you did not inherit a genetic defect or variant from either one of your parents. If you get a yellow dot, that means you got it from one of your parents. If you get a red dot, that means you inherited it from both of your parents. So what they do is, based on this DNA report, they know that there's plant-based ingredients that have been peer reviewed that are known to help you with these genetic defects that you may have. So they kind of like fill in the gaps. So it's really insane how they can actually break this down and then tell you what each gene is for in this report and what they're going to do about it, which is the magic of this whole process. So let me stop the share screen here. And so once they figure all that out, they're going to send you your customized formula with your name on the bottle with clinical doses of these ingredients to the microgram. So what I want to do real quick is share that video that explains the whole process a little bit better, because I'm kind of giving you guys an idea, but when the visual of this video will give you so much more of a better idea. And let me go here. So this, I believe, is the video. All right. And this is on our site, teamu.biz. Let me know if you guys can hear.
DNA makes you unique. You have one genetic code, only one body. You don't need everybody's nutritional supplements. You can have your own. Cut your losses and move on. The days of blind nutrition are over. Your DNA knows exactly what you need, and Euphoria delivers it. Welcome to your very own designer nutrition. We're all potentially susceptible to certain physical ailments based on variations in our genes passed down from our parents. These genetic variations are called SNPs, or single nucleotide polymorphisms. We aren't able to eliminate SNPs from our DNA, but we can do something about them. We can take action to optimize our physical health. It begins with a simple DNA test. Swab the inside of your cheek and mail your sample to Euphoria's state-of-the-art laboratory partner for analysis. Strict HIPAA guidelines are always followed, so your information remains confidential and secure. Based on your DNA results, a one-of-a-kind nutritional formula is created just for you. This is your very own PreTrician, designed from peer-reviewed plant-based ingredients plus vitamins and minerals. With so many high-quality ingredients and so many of us, every formula is truly unique. Each custom formula is one out of nearly 400 million possible combinations. And while your nutrition is being customized, you can immediately begin to make your health a habit. Every Euphoria starter kit not only comes with a DNA test, it also includes a PreTrician formula. This is a mild and gentle cleanse. It also supports the body's preparation for the optimal Euphoria experience. The PreTrician formula contains a robust combination of quality active ingredients, including AC11, frankincense, and astaxanthin. PreTrician gives your body a fresh start. You'll be prepared when your customized nutrition arrives, which takes approximately 2 to 4 weeks, delivered right to your door. You'll receive a 30-day supply of your customized formula, along with a detailed action plan that explains what you need to know about your SNPs. Staying on track to meet your nutritional needs for the rest of your life has never been easier. You can receive your customized designer nutrition delivered to your door every month, all for less than the cost of buying the nutritional ingredients separately. Finally, everyone's unique biology meets one-of-a-kind technology. Your DNA is talking, and Euphoria gives your body a voice.
Okay, so you guys now you can understand why I wanted you to show that video, because I could do my best to try to explain it to you, but then when you see the video, I think it makes, at least it made more sense to me. And you know, Brenda was sharing a little bit of her results with the product, and I have a personal story myself. I've struggled, you know, off and on with weight my whole life. It's definitely been an issue. And when I got this test, it was something that really touched home and was personal for me, because like the test was mentioning, or the video and what we've been sharing was mentioning, that you inherit certain health things from your parents, and we know that family health history is huge, right? There's certain things that we inherit in our family, and for me, it was heart disease. Both of my grandfathers had passed away of heart disease before the age of 60. And when I got my DNA test back, all of the red markers that I inherited from both of my parents directly correlated with my heart health. And so in November of 2019, after being involved with the program for quite some time, I actually went to Kennewick, Washington, and I flew to this mastermind retreat. I'll show you this right here, where this mastermind. And these are some of the amazing humans that I've been involved with over the last year. This product is amazing and does amazing things. But when I went to this retreat last year in November 2019, I was around these amazing people, and we sat down and we dove more into my DNA report, and we started talking about my health. And I'll show you my picture here, what I looked like back then. Let me bring this up. This is what I look like. There's me right there in the black jacket. My face was quite a bit bigger. So since then, I've lost about 60 pounds. But the reason I'm telling you this is because I got around these amazing humans here, and they went over my report with me, and they helped me make some better lifestyle decisions. You know, since I had all these genetic markers to do with my health, I made lifestyle choices, and I decided to go with a plant-based diet. And so, knowing what I knew with my DNA report, you know, if people that consume animal products are 70% more likely to have heart health problems. And if you're already I realize if I'm already predisposed to it, and it's, you know, I can't deny this report, man, I got to do something about it. I have a very young family. My kids are 6, 8, and 10 years old. And if both of my grandfathers passed away of heart disease before the age of 60, if I didn't make some of these lifestyle changes, I wouldn't be able to see my babies graduate high school. So this was something that was really personal to me, and it really made me take a 10,000 foot view of my life and really figure out what I wanted to do. So let me just go ahead and wrap this up in a couple minutes here, and kind of just let you know what your options might be at this point. You know, you've seen the video, you've seen the information, you've heard a little bit about Brenda's story, you know, about searching for answers, spending a lot of money, not knowing exactly, you know, where it was going to take her. And she found some of the answers and solutions with what we're doing here. And then you heard a little bit of information about what I just shared with you in my story, my personal story of learning about the roadmap to my health. That's kind of what we call it. So here, basically, here's your options. Your first option is you could absolutely do nothing. You can thank Brenda for inviting you, because she cared enough about you to put you in front of this information. You know, we really don't care what you do, but she did. You know, she cared enough about you to ask you to come, and thank her for inviting you here. Can you tell the dogs? And so your second option is you could be curious, just like I was, just like Brenda was when we saw the video, and be curious to know what might come back on your report. Or you might be thinking there might be some things that you've been thinking about, some mysteries you've been trying to solve for a long time, and you want to just order a kit, become a customer, and experience the product and see what it's like. Your next option could be, well, like, wow, I see, obviously this is an opportunity, right? There's a business opportunity involved in it, but this is not the time to discuss that. But that is an option that we can discuss at a later time. That's something that I decided to do full time. It's changed my life over the last year and enabled me to stay home and take care of my family. So that is an option. Or your last option is you could be like, wow, this really is cool. I want to be a customer. I see the potential with the business, because I didn't mention that this industry, the DNA wellness industry, is going to be a $600 billion industry, literally out of nowhere in the next 2 years. And Euphoria Science being one of the only companies that's in the marketplace doing what we're doing, there's a massive opportunity. But you could be like, oh my gosh, I'm so busy. I have a million things going on. I don't have time to start another business. That's fine. We love what we call referral partners, where you believe in the product, you're on the product, and you just start sending people Brenda's way or my way to help you build something. I failed to mention though that we'd have a customer referral program too. So just being a customer, not doing the business or anything like that, you can simply share this with 4 people and just have to pay the shipping and handling for the product. So you're getting the product for free. So those are some of the options that are available to you. I also failed to mention the fact that there are 2 different business models under Euphoria Science. So there's the traditional network marketing, direct sales model that we've kind of been talking about on this call. And then there's also a business to business model. So, you know, when I heard about what I'm about to tell you, it kind of really just was the nail that just legitimized this whole thing for me. So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a process in business called white labeling. If you've ever gone to Costco and you've gotten Kirkland grape juice, more than likely on the Kirkland grape juice, it might say Welch's, right? Because they made a deal with Costco. Well, what Euphoria Science has done is they wanted this in the hands of as many people as possible. So they have this other business model called PreTrician, where they are basically able to white label this whole process. So just imagine if a doctor, a chiropractor, gym owner, spa owner, esthetician, being able to put their label and their logo on this whole process, and then they have a DNA program in their office. So I'll leave you with this. Just imagine, you know, how many times have we been to a new doctor, a new chiropractor? What's the first thing we always have to fill out? We have to fill out our health questionnaire, our history, our family health history, right? Well, just imagine if one of those papers would be, are you open to genetic testing to know your true family health history? So doctors and chiropractors are really embracing that. And that's another business model where they can actually share it with other doctors, other chiropractors. And you have that same opportunity to share this with doctors and then be compensated for that. So there's lots of options. You know, my mentor always says that the mind can only absorb what the butt can endure. So I like to make these calls not too long, and not to give too much information to people. You know, we're all adults here at this point. We can direct you into any resources to do more homework about the science, about the company, and we can definitely set up a time to discuss this further with Brenda. What do you think, Brenda? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I was on mute. I think it was great. I hope everybody really enjoyed listening. I love the information, and I love just the way I feel. It's so nice to feel good again.
Yeah. I mean, we have a few minutes. If anybody has questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. But like I said, if you want to continue the conversation to get more information, or, you know, we definitely can set up a time to do that as well.
Yeah, if we have a few more minutes. Arlene, do you want to talk about what it's done for you? Because you've been on it now for about 6 months. You have to come off mute, though.
I actually had a question about the product, if that's okay.
Oh, sure.
Awesome. I appreciate that. So what's your favorite part about the product? Where do you find that people, like, how long does it take for someone to really feel a little bit better about themselves? And what's like is there any effects of the product?
That's a great question. And I'm really glad that you asked that question, Brandon, because this is what I tell people. This product is not designed to make you feel any sort of certain way. Okay, I know that sounds weird, but what it's designed to do is give your body what it needs on a genetic cellular level. And what happens is, in most people, I'm not going to put a percentage on it, but an overwhelming majority of people are not ingesting raw natural ingredients that their body needs. So everybody's going to have a different reaction when their body gets exactly what it's asking for. So there's people that have different results. You know, some people are like that are. I'll tell you straight up. There's some people that are super duper healthy and they eat super clean. And you know what? Quite frankly, when they get on the PreTrician, the first couple months they're like, I don't really feel anything, because they're already super healthy. But that's a very, very small sect of the society, right? But over a period of time, once they get on their customized formula, they start seeing other things that they weren't even aware of. So I hate to have like such a vague, broad answer to it, but it, you know, since we're talking about genetics and everything, everybody's going to be different. Everyone's going to have a different experience. So, and my favorite part, to answer your question about what I like best about it, is I like to tell people that it's more of an experience than anything else, because of the report and how personal it is to me, right? And it's addressing what I need to be concerned about, because we're all different. I mean, you're going to have different health concerns than me, right? So, yeah. Does it answer your question?
It does. I'm not muted, right?
No, I can hear you.
No, cool.
We
cool,
can
cool.
hear you.
Yeah, all good, all good. No, it definitely does. Like for myself personally, and a lot of other people that I associate with, a lot of us eat very clean, like extremely clean. And then you go up and say in the first few months you might not feel it.
Right.
So my question is, you know, I don't mean to pry or anything. I'm just trying to understand. Does someone like feel a certain effect from it? Because like you said, no, but the way I look at it is, then how does someone know that the product is working?
Well, the product's working because the science says that if you have these markers, these plant-based ingredients have been proven to help support that genetic variant, right? So just because it's kind of like just because you know you work out every day and you don't feel stronger every day, or it's like food is like medicine, right? Over an extended period of time, the cleaner you like, say you eat bad and you have to detox, right? You're gonna have that, but since you're clean, over time you keep eating clean, and then you stop eating clean, you're gonna have to detox again. So it's building up all that clean, what your body needs on the cellular level. You know, you could be eating as clean as you think you might be eating, but you might be eating something that your body doesn't need, or your body might not be able to digest. I'll give you an example. Real quick. There's a genetic marker that tests for B12 absorption. Okay, and there's different types of folates and different types of B12s. There's different forms of B12. And if you have a genetic marker or a variant on that SNP, and you're taking the wrong type of B12, you could be hurting yourself. In fact, there was a lady that's on my team who for years was on a product where she was taking the wrong type of B12 and didn't even know it. She took the test. She stopped taking the other product. She started taking the right type of B12. She had a plethora of issues clear up within a couple of weeks. So, I mean, there's just, it's, you know, they're called gene variants. So there's so many literally variants that are involved, you know, and there's no magic pill, right? It's the air you breathe, in, right? What you put what you put in your body, and most importantly, the energy and the people that you surround yourself with. All right.
Absolutely, that's what counts.
Let's call it what it really is.
Right.
If you get all those things aligned, then you're good. But anything out along the line, down the line, then you got problems.
Yeah, I hear that. I appreciate that. Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Arlene, cut you off.
I love these questions. There's great questions. It's nice to meet you, Brenda.
You're on mute.
Brenda, all you. Please, Brenda, take the floor, Brenda.
I'm trying to get Arlene to unmute herself.
Arlene doesn't know how to use a computer.
She does. She's going to prove you wrong.
Don't be nice to her. It's okay. I tried calling her today. She didn't answer my phone call.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. 6 months ago, I started with the Euphoria. And prior to that, the year before that, I had started with something else, and I was suffering from chronic knee pain
Hmm.
and arthritis in my hands and my feet. And the other product did start helping me. I was ready to go in for double knee surgery.
Hmm.
I kept taking the other product, and I started this 6 months ago. After 2 months, I stopped the other product, and I was just starting. I kept continuing with this product. Within the three-month mark, I said to Brenda, I think I'm starting to feel a difference. I have no pains in my hands, no pains whatsoever in my knees. I'm walking anywhere now between 2.5 to 3.5 miles at a time. I couldn't do that a year and a half ago. I still can't do certain exercises for other issues, but in just that one way, it has helped me.
Right.
I'm not sure about anything else, but we're going to find out soon because I have to go for my blood test in another month.
That,
And
yeah,
I'm waiting.
Right. Do you mind sharing with everybody how old you are doing this kind of exercise?
Yes, I am. In September, I will be turning 76.
wow.
Wow. You look beautiful, Arlene.
And I do everything that I could possibly do to help myself. I have dementia and Alzheimer's in my family. And I'm driving my poor daughter crazy because I am just whatever. We're eating healthy. We changed our eating when I was living with them. And I'm only down 6, but that's a lot of weight for me. And I feel great.
Yeah, you sound great. You look great.
You look great, Arlene.
You know, I just want to share that, you know, with this sort of thing, we have to be, I mean, I love what you shared, and I have to be very careful when I share my results, because this is definitely something where I don't like to get people's expectations up. Really, I don't, you know, and it's that's why you have to experience it and try it for yourself more than anything else. I don't know. You have to be really careful, because if you set somebody's expectations a certain way and it doesn't, and that's why I'm glad that Brandon was asking me those questions like that. And because everybody's experience is different, but like Arlene's and mine, like you guys, I didn't even, there's so many other things that I could tell you about besides my weight loss, you know, just so many other things. I've had multiple surgeries. I had 2 spinal surgeries and a full knee replacement in less than 3 years, about 6 years ago. And I was on opiates for 2 years in between those surgeries. And I had to be on something. I had to be on anti-inflammatory, a steroid, something every time until I started taking this product. Now I'm 100% natural. So it's good stuff.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So anyways, well, Brenda, anything else you would like to share? We can let your fine folks go for the evening, and then set up a time if you'd like to continue the conversation with us.
Yeah. Does anybody have any other questions? Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming and being supportive. I do really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, we can touch base, you know, any other time. And
Sounds
thank you
good.
so much, Mike. I really appreciate your help today.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Night.